Hey, what's up, guys? It's Alex here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing NBA Would You Rather. So basically, you get a question, and you have to answer either A, B, or C, if there is a C, because some questions there are. So I'm looking off of the account of NBA Would You Rather. It should be on the top of your screen, and I'm just going to get right to it. So number one, would you rather be extremely skilled with a small contract or horrible with a huge contract? For this one, I'm going to have to go with A, extremely skilled with a small contract, because even though you're not getting the most money for in the NBA, you're still doing your dream job playing basketball, and even if you don't make that much money, you're in the NBA, so you're still probably going to make 400K. So that's an easy one. I have to go with A right there. Would you rather have Hakeem Olajuwon or Patrick Ewing? For this one, I'm gonna have to go with A, Hakeem Olajuwon, just because his defense is a little more elite than Patrick Ewing's, and Hakeem is a tiny bit taller. I think so, and he's really good at blocking, and he's pretty good in the paint too, offense and defense. I'm gonna have to go Hakeem Olajuwon. Next one, would you rather have Karl Malone or Moses Malone? Both of these guys were so good, but I'm going to have to go Karl Malone. Even though he didn't win many rings, it was because he was in the era with Michael Jordan. But he had a great team, and he was with John Stockton. So if Michael Jordan never existed, I'm sure the Jazz with Karl Malone and John Stockton would have done something amazing. And Karl Malone, I think he's better than Moses Malone. Off of what I've saw on a source on the internet, I saw that Karl Malone is the highest scorer in NBA history, which means he could put that ball in the basket better than ever, which that's the goal to basketball, to get the ball in the basket. And that's what Karl Malone does best. Next one, would you rather get A, injured for the whole season, or B, suspended for the whole season? For this one, I'm going to have to go with B, suspended, because for some people, when they get injured, that kind of ruins their career. Like a suspension doesn't really ruin their whole career. Just ruins that 1 year they're suspended. So I'm gonna have to go with B, because injury can ruin your whole career, just like D Rose. Next one. Which game was more impressive? Kobe's 81 points versus a trash team, or B, Devin Booker's 70 points versus a good team? Now, I'm going to have to go with A, Kobe's 81 points versus a trash team, because if even though the Celtics are a really good team, I mean, they're not the best at defense. They're really good at offense, and that's what they're known for, but they're not really known for their defense. So, here you gotta, and Devin Booker is kind of guarded by Isaiah Thomas, and he's way shorter than Devin Booker, so it's kind of a mismatch. So I'm gonna have to go with Kobe's 81 points. So A. Oh, sorry, I just clicked out of it. Let me just go back. And yep, I'm right here. Alright. Would you rather have A, Kobe's passing ability, or B, DeAndre's free throw shooting? For this one, I'm going to have Kobe's passing ability, because even though he didn't pass the ball, he could still pass the ball, but plus, he could be a ball hog, but he's a good ball hog. Like, he'll probably make a good amount of those shots he takes. So, yeah, and I don't want to miss all my free throws like DeAndre Jordan. So for that one, A, Kobe's passing. Next one, would you rather have A, prime D Rose, or B, prime D Wade? Even though I'm a Heat fan and I loved D Wade, I'm gonna have to go with D Rose. Even though he was only in his prime for a couple of years, and he won MVP. D Wade was a great player, but he was kind of a sidekick his whole career. Like, he played behind LeBron, he played behind Shaq, and if D Wade was by himself on the team, he wouldn't really do much. So I'm gonna have to go prime D Rose. So next one, would you rather be A, Wilt Chamberlain, or B, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? You guys must be thinking, oh, Wilt Chamberlain, he scored 100 points. Well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won so many rings, whether it's with the Bucks or the Lakers. He won so many. He got many All-Star games. He was so good at blocking. He was, I say he's the second best player of all time behind Michael Jordan. But that's my opinion. So I'd rather be B, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Next question. Would you rather have on your team A, prime D Rose, or B, prime Steph? Now, even though D Rose won MVP, Steph Curry is such a good shooter. You can rely on him to get you into the finals most years. And he's won multiple MVPs, and he's consistent. Like, he's not getting injured. So I'm gonna have to go with B, prime Steph. Would you rather have DeMar DeRozan or Jimmy Butler? Now, DeMar DeRozan is a huge ball hog, but I'm gonna have to go with DeMar DeRozan because even though he ball hogs it, he still finishes with a great layup most of the time, and he's like almost every game he's scoring big numbers for the Raptors. So, and Jimmy Butler, he's doing great for the Bulls right now, but he can't lead a team as well as can't lead a team as well as DeMar DeRozan does. So DeMar DeRozan for that. Would you rather have Ray Allen or the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo? For this one, I mean, this is kind of like, this question is kind of too early because we haven't really seen that much of Giannis, but he has been in the league for 3-4 years. But I'm gonna have to go with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has so much potential. He's a big man, but he's an all-around player. I'm gonna have to go with Giannis. Would you rather build your team around Michael Jordan or LeBron James? I'm going to have to go with Michael Jordan. He's just much more consistent, and I just rather have Michael Jordan, the GOAT, rather than LeBron. Alright, next. Would you rather have LeBron's athleticism or Steph's range? Now, both of these are such a good trait to have. LeBron's athleticism, he could just drive in, get a tough layup, get fouled, get a nice dunk. Steph's range, he could shoot from half court, and it could be like shooting a normal 3 for some players. But now Steph's range, he does have range, but he's not going to make it every time, and it's easier to make a layup. So I'm going to have to go with LeBron's athleticism, drive in every time, get a monster dunk, or draw a foul, do something. Would you rather have J.R. Smith or Terrence Ross? These two are great sixth men. I'm going to have to go with J.R. Smith, though. J.R. Smith is a great three-point shooter. Terrence Ross is a great dunker. But J.R. has been pretty decent for his whole career. So I'm going to have to go with J.R. Would you rather score 100 points but no rebounds and no assists, or get a quadruple double? Now, this is a tough one. A quadruple double means you're exceeding in almost every single stat. You got to get like 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and either 10 steals or blocks. Either one of those. So, but I can't go with quadruple double because that's not outstanding numbers, I guess, if you're only putting 10 per spot. But Draymond Green earlier this season, he had a triple double with 10 steals, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. but he only had 4 points. So I mean, all he had to do was get 6 more points, and he could have got a quadruple double. And only 4 players in NBA history have ever got a quadruple double, but only 1 player in NBA history has got 100 points. But I mean, if you score 100 points, you're probably not going to have assists, and I guess not rebounds either. But this is a very tough one. But I'm gonna have to go score 100 points, because seeing your name, like, getting 100 points, that is absurd. That's an absurd amount of points. So I'm gonna go with A, score 100, but no rebounds or assists. Next, would you rather have Tim Duncan or Kevin Garnett on your team? Now for this one, I'm gonna have to go with Tim Duncan, because he stayed so good for his entire career, whereas Kevin Garnett was only good on the Timberwolves and the Celtics, and the Nets, decent. But anyway, Tim Duncan, he was just on the Spurs. He was amazing his whole career. So Tim Duncan. Would you rather have John Wall's speed or Steph's shooting range? Now, even though you have great speed, I mean, it can only work on fast breaks, and even on fast breaks, there's always going to be that one guy that's going to catch up to you. So, great speed or great shooting. I'll have to go with B, Steph's shooting range. I'd rather have an amazing, like, deep three rather than speed. So, B, Steph's shooting range. Would you rather have Robin Lopez or Brook Lopez? It's just a matter who's better. I'd rather have Brook Lopez. He's a playmaker. He's a big man, and he's a good shooter too. So Brook Lopez, but Robin Lopez is pretty good too. And I think Brook Lopez should go to another team. I mean, he's on the worst team in the league right now, the Brooklyn Nets. So I mean, he should go share his talents with like a team that's like average. Make him better. Would you rather have a team of star guards or star forwards? So their examples here are the Trailblazers with Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum, and then the Spurs with their star forwards, LaMarcus Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard. For this one, I'd rather have star forwards, because if you have a small forward like Kawhi, he's like an all-around player, and like that's what small forwards are, an all-around player. So he could drive in, he could shoot, he could take the ball up, and then you have a big man too. So when you're driving in, say you're not open, just dish it to the big man who's a couple, like maybe 1 or 2 feet, like away from you. So just dish it off to him instead of having to throw it all the way back out to your guard. So B, star forwards. Next, would you rather miss the game-winning dunk or airball the 3 for the game? I'd rather airball the 3 for the game, because missing a dunk, like, people are gonna criticize you for so long, saying, "Oh, that's an easy shot," because it is. It's the easiest possible shot you can get, and you can't miss that. Whereas a 3, people have done it before, such as Kobe. Kobe has done it, and that's the picture they're showing right here to the right. And I'd rather airball the 3, because it's a tough shot. Would you rather play with the 1998 Kobe Bryant or the 2012 LeBron James? For this was LeBron James in his best year in the NBA so far. I'm gonna have to take B, 2012 LeBron James. And this year he was absolutely amazing. So LeBron for that. Next, who would you rather build your team around, LeBron or Kobe? I'm just going to have to go with LeBron. He's an all-around player, so that leaves you with the decision to get either forwards or guards. But Kobe, he's a guard, so then you're going to have to get a big man. So I think LeBron will just leave you more options. Would you rather have Tim Duncan or Karl Malone? This is so hard. But yes, Tim Duncan has accomplished more, but I'm going to have to say Karl Malone, because he was stuck in an era with Michael Jordan, so it was tough to beat him. So I'm going to have to go with Karl Malone. He could have been so much better without MJ. Would you rather have prime Allen Iverson or regular Michael Jordan? I'm gonna go with regular Michael Jordan because almost every single year for him, he was in his prime. So I'm gonna have to go with MJ. Just great. Would you rather own the 95-96 Chicago Bulls or 15-16 Golden State Warriors? Um, Besides the fact that the Warriors lost in the finals that year and they got the record, and the 95-96 Bulls, then they were 72-10 and they won the championship. I don't care about the championships. I'm gonna leave that aside, but I'm still gonna take the Bulls. I'd rather be with a team with Michael Jordan, like, cause you're already owning this team in this time period where they've already won a lot of rings. Whereas the Golden State Warriors at this point, they've only won one ring. So I'm gonna have to go with the Bulls with MJ in his prime, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, all that, Steve Kerr. Alright, would you rather blow a 3-1 lead in the finals and never make the playoffs? This is obvious. Blow a 3-1 lead in the finals. I mean, wouldn't you rather make the playoffs and make the NBA finals? Like, that's such a bigger accomplishment than never making the playoffs. Honestly, the people that criticize the Warriors for blowing a 3-1 lead, they shouldn't criticize them. The Warriors are so good. I would obviously blow a 3-1 lead in the finals. Would you rather have Damian Lillard or Kyrie? I'm going to have to go with Kyrie Irving. He's clutch. He's great at dribbling. He could shoot. He could finish. So Kyrie for that. Would you rather have Steph Curry or Seth Curry? This is obvious. Steph Curry. Would you rather be the GOAT but win one ring or be below average but win 10 rings? I mean, if you're the GOAT but you only win one ring, you haven't really proven yourself. That's kind of like Karl Malone. If he won 5 or 6 rings, just like Michael Jordan did, he won 6. And Karl Malone would be the GOAT. He'd be the GOAT. So basically, would you rather be Karl Malone, only winning? I mean, I know he may not have won one ring that exact amount, but that's approximate. That's approximate. Like, he couldn't really prove himself. So I'm gonna have to go with be below average but win 10 rings. I mean, that's like being a role player, like Andre Iguodala. Like Andre Iguodala, that's kind of like below average, kind of. But people kind of overrate him because he's on the Warriors and he plays great because he's good teammates. So, but I'd rather have 10 rings on so every single finger on both my hands are covered. Be below average but win 10 rings is my answer. Would you rather have Zion Williams or LaMelo Ball? LaMelo Ball is such a ball hog, and I think Zion Williams is going to be so much better. So Zion Williams. Alright, next. Would you rather A, be the most hated team but win 5 championships in a row, or be the most loved team but lose 5 times in a row? I don't care about the hate. I'm obviously going to take 5 championships in a row. That's just crazy. Would you rather have Kyrie's handles or Davis's blocking ability? I'd rather have blocking ability. Play elite defense. Won't matter what you do on offense because you're just stuff everyone. Play great D. So for that, Anthony Davis's blocking ability. Would you rather play like Steph Curry, LeBron James, or Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. He's so consistent. He was such a good player. So MJ. Would you rather have Gordon Hayward, Blake Griffin, or Paul George? Now, Blake Griffin is already ruled out. I'm debating between Gordon Hayward or Paul George, but Gordon Hayward really hasn't really proven himself that he's amazing yet. So give it a couple more years, like say 3 years. We'll see if Gordon Hayward has done anything really special. So such as like making an All NBA team. But I'm gonna have to go with Paul George. He's proven himself. He's great. Would you rather be athletic as prime Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook? It's not even prime Russell Westbrook. It's just Russell Westbrook. I'm gonna have to go. It's a tough one. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna prime Derrick Rose. This is when he won MVP. He was great back then. So prime D Rose. Even though Russ is averaging a triple double now, and he's confirmed last night that at the end of the season he will average a triple double. The only one to do that was Oscar Robertson, which is one of the best PGs of all time, point guards. Would you rather have Marc Gasol or Paul Gasol? Marc Gasol has accomplished more. With Paul Gasol, I'd rather have him. Well, this is actually a tough one. I'm gonna have to go Marc Gasol. Actually, I mean, even though he's on a good team like the Grizzlies, he's accomplished more than Powell. So Marc Gasol in that one. Would you rather play in the 1980s, 90s, or the 2000s? I'm gonna have to go with the 80s, 90s. Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, John Stockton. I mean, this was a great era of basketball. Patrick Ewing. This was everyone. 2000s, yes, you had Tim Duncan, LeBron, Kobe. Well, actually, well, kind of LeBron. LeBron for a little bit. But anyway, 1980s and 90s for that one. Next, if you had to choose one of these point guards for your franchise, who would it be? Jason Kidd or John Stockton? This one, he leads NBA history in assists. John Stockton, easily John Stockton right now. He would have done so good if MJ wasn't even alive. He would have won multiple championships. Would you rather play for your favorite team or be a championship team? I mean, I don't care if I play for my favorite team. For all I know, they could be trash. I'd rather play for a championship team and actually win rings if I get in the NBA. Would you rather win a gold medal or All-Star MVP? I'd pick All-Star MVP, even though it's not that valuable, but it's related to basketball, so I'd rather be an All-Star MVP. Would you rather have a big that could stretch the floor, such as shoot a three, which is basically Kevin Love, or be an inside big, which is a post scorer, so kind of like Shaq? I'd rather be an inside big. I mean, a big man. They're called a big man for a reason. So inside big. Would you rather be hated on a championship team or be loved on a bad team? I'd rather be hated on a championship team. You're going to win your rings. Would you rather have KD or Russell Westbrook? KD, he's just a better player. Would you rather be an MVP but deal with serious injuries like D Rose or be a good role player with no injuries? I'd rather be a role player like Andre Iguodala, for example. I keep using him because he's a good example on the Warriors. I'd rather be a good role player. I'll be average, never get injured, stay the same. Which ball brother will have the most success? I'm gonna have to go with Lonzo for this one because LaMelo's a ball hog. LiAngelo, I just don't see it, so I'm gonna have to go Lonzo. I actually think the balls will have neither of them will have success, but yeah. All right. So next, which duo was better, the Splash Bros or LeBron and D Wade? For this one, and this is really tough. This is honestly a really tough question. I'm gonna have to go with Curry and Klay Thompson. I think they're gonna do so much better. They're gonna win a lot more rings. Would you rather have a point guard that's shoot first or pass first? Pass first. I mean, point guard is not called a shooting guard, it's called a point guard. So I want them to pass the ball. Would you rather have Isaiah Thomas or James Harden? I'd honestly rather have James Harden. Alright, would you rather choose Shareef O'Neal or Bol Bol? I'd rather pick Shareef O'Neal. Who would you rather have at the power forward spot? Draymond Green or Paul Millsap? I'm gonna have to go with Draymond Green. Draymond Green is so good for the Warriors. Would you rather have Russ or Kawhi? I'm gonna have to go with Russ. He could do almost anything. Russell Westbrook. Would you rather be the son of Steph Curry, LeBron James, or Kobe Bryant? I go LeBron. LeBron. I mean, there's not much to explain. It's kind of just who you like better. So I'm gonna pick LeBron. Would you rather have prime Kobe or LeBron? I'm gonna have to go with LeBron. Back when he was on the Heat, spectacular. LeBron. If you were forced to go to one of these leagues, who would you rather go to? The NBA Development League, which is also known as the D League, or the European League? I'd rather go to the NBA D League. Definitely not European League. Would you rather have MJ and Dirk or LeBron and Duncan? MJ and Dirk. I mean, the GOAT and one of the best centers of all time, Dirk Nowitzki. Would you rather choose LaMelo or Lonzo? LaMelo's ball. Who has the sadder story? Brandon Roy or Penny Hardaway? Penny Hardaway. He was great, but he got injured. And he had so much potential. Who's more clutch, Kobe or MJ? I'm gonna have to go with Kobe. He's had so many game winners. He just really clutch. But both these guys are Mr. Clutch. Would you rather have a high basketball IQ but be very weak and slow, or have a bad basketball IQ but be very athletic and fast? I got a good basketball IQ. Be good at basketball. Would you rather make the game-winning shot or get the late game steal? Game-winning shot. Hit a buzzer beater. Who would you rather have taken the last shot for the championship, Kyrie or Ray Allen? Even though Kyrie is so clutch, I'm gonna have to go with Ray Allen. He's a more consistent 3-point shooter. Who is the GOAT, MJ or Brian Scalabrine? This is a joke. It's MJ. Would you rather have Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell? Both these guys were so good, but I think Wilt Chamberlain was more productive than Bill Russell. Would you rather have Kareem or Shaq? Kareem, one of the best players of all time. Would you rather have Kyle Korver or C.J. McCollum? C.J. McCollum, what a great shooter he is. Would you rather have 10 championships or 5 MVPs? 10 championships. I mean, fill all your hands with those rings. Would you rather have Kobe or LeBron? LeBron. Who is the better dunker, Vince Carter or Jason Richardson? Vince Carter, definitely. He did so good in the dunk contest. For the last shot, would you rather have Shaq taking 2 free throws or Curry take a half-court shot? Depends. If they're down by 1, then I'll give it to Shaq because he'll likely make 1. But if they're down by 2, I cannot trust Shaq to make 2 free throws in a row. So if they're down by 1, I'll take the Shaq. If they're down by 2, I'll take Curry with the half-court shot. Would you rather have Shaq or Dikembe? Definitely Shaq. What a good center he was. Would you rather have Wilt Chamberlain or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? I honestly like Kareem better, but Wilt Chamberlain was more productive than Kareem. Who's the worst franchise, the Kings or the Nets? I'm gonna have to go with the Kings. They haven't really accomplished much. Yeah. I mean, as of today, the Nets, but yeah. Who would you rather have taking the last shot for the championship, Kyrie or Ray Allen? I think we already did that one. I said Ray Allen. Who would you rather have, Kyrie or Kawhi? This is easy. Kawhi. He's such a good forward. He's an all-around player. He's Kyrie times 2. And they're both the number 2. Would you rather only be able to shoot or defend? I got shoot. I'd rather have great offense and defense, so definitely shoot for that one. Would you rather have Charles Barkley or Gary Payton? For this one, I have to go Gary Payton. He was great, but he was stuck in MJ's era. Who became good out of nowhere better, Jeremy Lin or Yogi Ferrell? I'm gonna have to go Jeremy Lin. He popped out of nowhere and he was good for like a good 5 years. Would you rather go number 1 in the draft but don't play that same season, or number 9 in the draft but never start in a game that same season? I'd rather go number 9. I mean, you're still top 10, and even though you're not starting, you're still playing in the games. I mean, number 1, yeah, it's great to be selected first overall pick, but you're never playing, so it sucks. Would you rather be sorry, the best player on a playoff team or sidekick on a championship team? I'd rather be a sidekick like Kyrie. Yeah, championship team. Who's better, Klay or Kevin Love? This is easy. Klay Thompson. Who would you rather have as your starting center? Brook Lopez or Jonas Valanciunas? Brook Lopez. I think he's just better. Would you rather have Joel Embiid or Karl-Anthony Towns? For this, I'm gonna have to take Joel Embiid. I mean, this is probably a questionable choice, but I think Joel is gonna do some great things. Who would you have on your team? Brian Scalabrine or Kwame Brown? I'm gonna have to go with Kwame Brown. I mean, he's on the Warriors. Warriors always have good luck because they always do good. So why not take his luck and put him on my team? Would you rather have a team based off offense or defense? Offense. Have great offense. Who would have done better in the modern era? Magic Johnson or Larry Bird? I got Magic Johnson. People driving in these days are doing so good. So Magic Johnson. Who would you rather choose? Or would you rather choose Steve Nash or John Stockton? John Stockton, that's an easy one. Who's a better franchise, Celtics or the Lakers? Two best franchises of all time. Also the Bulls, but it's not in here. I'm gonna have to go with Lakers. They've accomplished more. What team did better? The 2015 Warriors or the 2013 Miami Heat? I mean, this is tough, but I'm gonna have to go with the Heat. I don't know why, but they're kind of even. But I think the Heat, they were more consistent. I think they were better. Who would you have taken a last shot, Curry or Ray Allen? Curry has taken multiple game-winning shots, and when he goes quick to shoot, he can't really get it. I got Ray Allen. That's a surprising call right there. But would you rather be the GM of the Warriors or the Timberwolves? I'd rather be the Warriors. I mean, you've got Curry, Clay, KD, Draymond. Would you rather watch the All-Star Weekend or the playoffs? I'd rather watch the playoffs. I mean, the All-Star Weekend hasn't really been good lately. I'm going to have to go with the playoffs. They're great. Would you rather have Jimmy Butler or Paul George? I'm going to have to go with Paul George. He's just a better player. Who's a better defender, Hassan Whiteside or Rudy Gobert? I'm going to go with Hassan Whiteside. He gets so many blocks. Which big three would you choose? The Thunder, James Harden, KD, and Westbrook, or the Heat, big three, LeBron, Bosh, and Wade? I got the Thunder. Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, if they were together today, they'd be so good. Would you rather choose LeBron or KD? This is easy, LeBron. Would you rather go 45-37 and win a championship, or go 82-0 but get swept in the first round? I mean, I'd rather go 82-0. I mean, you're making history, never losing a game in the regular season. I'd rather make history for that one season. Which Kevin Garnett was better? Celtics or Timberwolves? Celtics. Celtics for that. Would you rather choose Kevin Garnett or Dirk Nowitzki? That's easy, Dirk Nowitzki. Would you rather lose a player to injury or free agency? Injury. Because free agency, you're like, oh, I should have signed him, I should have did this. Whereas if you do injury, you're like, oh, well, it's not our fault. So this year's MVP is James Harden or Russ. I was gonna do James Harden because He's, making his team so much better. But I have Russell Westbrook. I mean, he's made history, and 30 years later, we're gonna look back at it like, why didn't he win MVP? I mean, he was averaging a triple double, and that's amazing. Why didn't he win? Uh, um. So yeah, Russell Westbrook, I think. Would you rather choose Muggsy Bogues in his prime or Steve Kerr in his prime? Muggsy Bogues. I mean, he's better than Steve Kerr. Would you rather win the 3-point contest or dunk contest? Easily the dunk contest, that's more valuable. Would you rather choose Karl Anthony Towns or Kristaps Porzingis? Sorry about that. Let me just go back down. Sorry about that, I lost my spot. But, wait, let me just see how much longer. Alright, not too bad. But yeah, we said Muggsy Bogues. We said dunk contest. Would you rather choose Karl Anthony Towns or Kristaps Porzingis? I'm going to go with Kristaps Porzingis. Would you rather choose Oscar Robertson or Russ? Definitely Oscar Robertson. Definitely Oscar. Would you rather play 2K17 My Career or 2K17 My Team? My Career. I'd rather play My Career. It's more fun. If you had the first pick in the draft, would you choose Markelle Fultz or Lonzo Ball? I definitely do Markelle Fultz. Not Lonzo. Would you rather play NBA Live Mobile 2K17 or NBA Live 17? That's easy. NBA 2K17. Which Kobe is better, the number 8 Kobe or the number 24 Kobe? Number 8 Kobe. Won 3 championships in a row. That's just great. Which LeBron is better? Cavs or Heat? Definitely the Heat. Definitely the Heat. They're so much better. Would you rather have a player that's unloyal on your team for a few years or loyal that's alright? I'd rather be unloyal but on a team for a few years. A few years. I think what they meant to say was a great player that was unloyal on your team for a couple of years or a loyal player that's alright. But I do unloyal, such as KD. Would you rather be the coach for a good young team or a proven team? I'd rather be a proven team because everyone's looking at you like, oh, good job, coach. You made your team so good. So a proven team. Would you rather build your team around the backcourt, point guard, so guards, or forwards and centers? I'd rather do forwards and centers. I mean, dominate the post, get the rebounds, put it up. Which conference is the best? Easily Western Conference. That's easy. Who's the GOAT? Okay, we all know Michael Jordan is the GOAT, winning 6 championships. Which was the better franchise? Okay, this is easy. The Bulls. If you could have the ability of one of these players, what would it be? Steph's shooting ability, John Stockton's passing ability, or Kyrie's handles? I'd honestly have Steph's shooting ability. I have great shooting, Alright. Would you rather be the worst player on a championship team and get a ring, or be an all-star and be in a Hall of Fame but never get a ring? I'd rather get a ring. Be a horrible player, but, I still want to get a ring, Alright. Go for a championship run or rebuild completely. This is easy. Wouldn't you want to go on a championship run? Alright, if you had to choose one of the best players, yep, that's right. Who would it be? Magic Johnson or John Stockton? That's easy. Magic Johnson. Alright, would you rather be known as the best ball handler, be known as the best shooter of all time, be known as the best dunker of all time? I'd rather be known as the best shooter of all time. Have great shooting. I love shooting. Would you rather be on the Banana Boat Squad or the Warriors Big Four? Warriors Big Four, honestly. Yeah, they're great. Who would you choose on your team? Tim Duncan or Dirk Nowitzki? I'm going to have to go with Tim Duncan. So many rings and he's so good. If you had to choose a defender, who would it be? Okay, this is easy. Kawhi Leonard is so much better than Jimmy Butler on defense. Definitely Kawhi is so good at defense. Would you rather have DeMarcus Cousins or Anthony Davis? Anthony Davis, definitely. He's a better center than DeMarcus Cousins. Would you rather have young players or have proven stars? Young players haven't proven themselves that are good yet. I'd rather have proven stars, like they're definitely gonna do good, If you had to choose a franchise point guard, who would it be, Curry or Westbrook? I'm gonna have to go with Curry, because Westbrook eventually, he's not gonna keep averaging a triple double, and like that's pretty crazy. I have to go with Steph Curry. By the way, this guy spelled his name wrong, but I'm okay with that. Steph Curry, definitely. It's a cool picture now. All right, last two. Would you rather your team? Option A: your team's best player is a dominant big man, or your team plays a 3-point game. I'd honestly rather have the option B, the 3-point game. Keep shooting threes. It goes by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 rather than by 2 but 2 2 2 2 2. All right. Last one. Option A, would you rather get posterized or get crossed over? I'd rather get crossed over. I mean, even though like he makes you fall on the floor, I mean, yeah, that's good dribble moves, but it happens really often. But so does getting posterized. But I wouldn't want to be standing under the net and someone just absolutely destroys me. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get posterized, and he absolutely just kills me. So, yeah, I'd rather get crossed over. So that is all of them. I did a lot. This took a long time, so please like and subscribe to the video. If you guys watched this whole video, thank you so much. Follow NBA Would You Rather. They've got some great stuff. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and leave video suggestions in the comments. Comment if you liked it or not. And thanks for watching. Peace.